A business splash for the week. In today's package, we have for you stories on mining, investment, Standards Organization of Nigeria, oil sector, aviation, as well as some stock reports. I'm Ronke Giwa Onafuwa. First, the headlines. Vice President Yemi Osinbajo seeks collaboration in mining sector. Federal government's new travel restrictions, sanctions take effect today. Standards Organization of Nigeria deploys standards to end rejection of exported local goods. United Kingdom pledges to boost investments in Nigeria. Those are the headlines. Now the detail. The federal government says it requires the cooperation of states, council areas and mining communities for the mining sector to become adequately beneficial to Nigeria. The Vice President, Professor Yemi Osinbajo, SAN, gave this insight in Abuja during the maiden edition of the Strategic Engagement and Sustainable Mining with the theme, Resurrecting Our Buried Prosperity. Professor Osinbajo also noted that Nigeria must put an end to the culture of exporting its raw materials, start maximizing the advantages of refining raw products, and exporting products with value added, as this has more to offer in terms of job creation and others. According to him, the federal government would not be able to effectively regulate mining activities in the country without the active participation of the state and local council structures, explaining further that the centre must also ensure that appropriate incentives go back to the sources. He emphasized the need for the federal government to ensure that mining communities receive adequate attention, both for residents and for the environment around the community. Now, the National Assembly is set aside today to commence debate on the controversial petroleum industry bill. President of the Senate, Ahmed Lawan, disclosed this while briefing lawmakers in plenary. Lawan also revealed that the Group Managing Director of the Nigeria National Petroleum Corporation, Mele Kyari, has also been summoned to brief lawmakers in a closed-door session before the commencement of the debate. He explained that the reason for the summon is necessary for the robust debate on the bill.
The leadership of the Senate has decided to invite the GMD of the NNPC to come and brief us in a closed session, and the opportunity there will be for those of us who are not members of the Joint Committee, who had interactions with NNPC, DPR, PTDF, the Ministry of Petroleum Resources, etc., will at least hear some of the technical details, the financial details and implications of certain provisions in the bill.
The House of Representatives has considered for second reading a bill for an act to authorize the issuance from the Consolidated Revenue Fund of the Federation the total sum of 895 billion naira for recurrent non-debt expenditure, while the sum of 722 billion naira is for contribution to the Development Fund for capital expenditure for the year ending 31st December 2021. Leading the debate on the general principles of the bill, the House Leader, Representative Hassan Doguwa, says the bill, when passed, seeks to address the insecurities and also forestall health challenges confronting the country.
This is a supplementary budget presented to this House by the executive arm of government. And there are two budget lines that are intended to be achieved on this supplementary budget side. One is to cover the exigencies of the health challenges arising from COVID-19, which is a health issue, Mr. Speaker. And the second one is about the bedeviling issue of insecurity in the Federal Republic of Nigeria.
The Speaker, Femi Gbajabiamila, in his ruling referred the bill to the House Committee on Appropriations for further legislative scrutiny.
Right, so I take it that the supplementary bill is restricted to two subheads, health and security. For the question, those in support, please say aye. Those against, please say nay. Ayes have it.
The federal government has reviewed an in-country safety protocol with restrictions of passengers from some countries taking effect from today, July the 2nd, in lieu of the fourth wave of the coronavirus pandemic across the world. The provisional quarantine protocol for travelers arriving in Nigeria, dated June 30th, 2021, prohibits travelers from the Quartet of Brazil, Turkey, India, and South Africa. Contrary to airlines and some countries' advocacy for vaccination and antigen tests as entry requirements, the federal government has stuck to mandatory polymerase chain reaction, the PCR tests, quarantine and self-isolation for all arriving passengers. While evaders of any of these conditions shall be prosecuted, defaulting airlines are liable to fines in excess of $3,500 by illegal entrant or default. The local protocol, signed by the Secretary to the Government of the Federation, Boss Mustafa, stated that non-Nigerian passport holders and non-residents who visited Brazil, India, Turkey or South Africa within 14 days preceding travel to Nigeria shall be denied entry into Nigeria. Now, Standards Organization of Nigeria, SON, said it has strengthened its laboratory services nationwide for quality assurance as it seeks to end global rejection of Nigerian products. The Director General of SON, Farouk Salim, who disclosed this, lamented that efforts made by the federal government to make export-bound products from Nigeria acceptable have repeatedly failed in the past due to complaints that are directly or remotely linked to quality, standard, certification, and appropriate packaging. He also said apart from crude oil, Nigeria has struggled to make appreciable gains from exports, noting that from perishable, consumable to finished products, exporters have faced rejection at the international markets, mostly because they fail to meet up with the standards set by the destination country's regulatory authorities. Now, the British Deputy High Commissioner in Lagos, Ben Llewellyn-Jones, has reiterated that the UK will continue to drive a discussion on Nigeria as a safe place for investment. Llewellyn-Jones, who gave the assurance in Lagos, indicated that UK was strengthening its economic partnerships with Nigeria as part of a government drive to ensure the country's growing demand for investment is met by the UK's expertise and innovation. It's time now to link up with Femi Ojo for some stock exchange reports.
A very good morning to you. How here is a summary of trading activities on the floor of the Nigerian Stock Exchange for the first day in the month of July 2021. Bearish way to close market for investors on the stock market as the whole share index at the close of trading dropped by 0.02% to close at 37,898.56 basis points. Over 205.4 million units of shares valued at over 2.732 billion naira was traded in 3,563 deals, and we have the equity capitalization at the close of trading maintaining over 19.7 trillion naira. A look at the top three gainers. We have triple leg. Top on the gainers pack gaining 7 kobo to close at 77 kobo. Ikeja Hotel gain 13 kobo to close at 146 kobo, and CWG gain 11 kobo to close at 126 kobo. For the decliners, we have Royalist top on the pack losing 6 kobo to close at 55 kobo. Ohando lost 28 kobo to close at 3 naira 1 kobo, and Hem Benefit lost 3 kobo to close at 40 kobo. For the major players, we have GTCO top on the pack trading over 41.8 million units of shares. Hem Benefit came up trading over 14.6 million units of shares. Wema Bank traded over 13.1 million units of shares. Cotvale traded over 12.1 million units of shares, and Zenith Bank traded over 9.8 million units of shares. That was a summary of trading activities for the first day of the month of July 2021. A bearish one for investors, but hopefully today's trading will be closing on a bullish note for traders at the floor of the Nigerian Stock Exchange. Join me on Monday when I bring you the summary of today's trading, the second day in the month of July, and the whole week summary. I am Femi Ojo. Enjoy your day and have a blessed weekend.
So that's it on Business Splash for today on Splash 105.5 FM, your integrity station. Don't forget to join us next week for another fantastic edition. Good morning. Thank you for listening. I'm Ronke Giwa Onafuwa.
Quick, charge at 240.
Hot news, cool vibes,